Welcome back to another week of Power Rankings. My name is Hunter, and today we're going to get into how I rank the 32 teams after week 3. What a fun week this was. We had so many memorable endings that will be games that we remember at the end of the season, and we also had some big wins, big losses, lots of movement in the rankings this week. But before we get into it, like and subscribe. So much content coming every week. Already had a video come out yesterday and plan on releasing another video on Thursday, so be on the lookout. Number 32, I have the New Orleans Saints, who looked terrible versus the Seattle Seahawks. Their offense could not get anything going, but by the time their offense even got points, they were out of it. The Seahawks absolutely killed the Saints in this game. It was over in the second quarter, and the Saints didn't even look like an NFL team in this game. So that's why I have them at 32. Number 31, I have the Jets. They had a great game in terms of their standards. I had them at 32 last week. Tyrod Taylor played pretty well in place of Justin Fields, but this team managed to choke it when it mattered. They let Baker drive up the field at the end, and they go to 0-3. And the Jets play the Dolphins next week in a game where the loser of that game, their season is over. And speaking of the Dolphins, I have them at number 30, who played a solid game against Buffalo, just came up short. Tua threw a crucial interception late, kind of ruining any chance they had of winning that game. Their offense looked pretty solid outside that. They had a couple great drives in that game, which is a lot better than their offense had looked in the first 2 weeks. But defensively, just not enough once again. They have not really gotten a good defensive game yet, and that's something that Miami's going to need if they want to turn their season around. Number 29, I have the Tennessee Titans, who fall to the Indianapolis Colts this week. Cam Ward threw a pick six on one of the first plays of the game, and just overall, Cam Ward did not have a great game. The defense just could not get a stop. They got one stop the entire game against the Colts, and the Titans have just not looked like a team that I thought they were going to be. I thought this team was going to be better than they were last year, and they're looking the exact same as they did in 2024. Number 28, I have the New York Giants, who lost on Sunday Night Football. Their defense played pretty solid. They kept the Chiefs in check, but their offense just crucial turnover after crucial turnover, not being able to finish drives. And the Giants are already making a quarterback change. They're going to Jackson Dart. Let's see how it fares against the Chargers in week 4. Number 27, I have the Houston Texans, who lose yet again to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And for the Texans, it's getting pretty late fast. CJ Stroud's looked terrible so far this season, really continuing his sophomore slump into 2025. And this Texans team looks like one of the worst teams in football. And this was a team that was in the divisional round the past 2 seasons. You would expect a lot better out of them. And their offense has just been so stagnant that this is not the Texans team that we've known from the past few. Number 26, I have the New England Patriots, who dropped to 1-2 on the season. They lose to the Steelers in what was a okay game. Their offense just needs to do better. That was a very winnable game. They had that play late that Demario Douglas should have had the first down and goes backwards, and that was kind of just an example of this Patriots team. That's a lot of what they have showed so far this season, and this Patriots team is going to need to pick it up if they want to do anything this season. But for now, I have them at 26. Number 25, I have the Vegas Raiders, who fall to the Commanders. Geno Smith and Trey Tucker is a great combo. We saw in this game, Trey Tucker had over 40 fantasy points. Definitely a waiver wire pickup if you're talking about fantasy. But if we're talking the Raiders, the best part of this team the past 2 seasons was their defense. And in this game, their defense let them down. They let up 41 points to a backup quarterback. That is not winnable football in the NFL. And that's why the Raiders are down here at 25. Number 24, I have the Atlanta Falcons, who got embarrassed by their divisional rival, the Carolina Panthers. They couldn't score a single point. They couldn't get past the 30-yard line. Michael Penix looked awful in this game. Their defense could not stop an offense that looked dead the first 2 weeks. And the Falcons just collapsed in this game. One of the worst performances out of a team I've seen this season. And 30-0 really comes to show how bad of a game this was for the Atlanta Falcons. Number 23, I have those Carolina Panthers, who finally had a good game from Bryce Young. Nothing too statistically popping, but it was a great game from them offensively and defensively. What a game for them. They could not let the Falcons do anything. They had a defensive score. The Panthers just looked really good in this game compared to what we saw the first 2 weeks. And if I'm a Panthers fan, I'm definitely a bit excited about what I saw in week 3. Number 22, I have the Cleveland Browns jumping up 6 spots. They upset the Packers. Their offense was not good in this game. They did not get anything going until inside the final 5 minutes. But that's what happens when you play one of the better units in the league. But the Browns defense shut the Packers down, did not let them get anything. And the Browns defense is 100% responsible for this Browns win. And they go into this game against Detroit next week in a team that plays very similar and another potential upset for the Browns. Definitely a team to be on the lookout for over the next few weeks. Number 21, I have the Dallas Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb is hurt. Their offense did not get it going. And overall, the offense is just not in a good spot if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. Defensively, was not as good. Once again, letting up lots of points for the third game in a row to start the season. And Dallas, they play the Packers this week. Definitely a game that the Cowboys are going to want to take if they want to do anything in the NFC and in the overall aspect of the season. Number 20, I have the Chicago Bears. They jump up 7 spots. They beat those Dallas Cowboys and looked really good. Caleb Williams had 4 touchdowns in this game, looking a lot better than he did in weeks 1 and 2. The defense made crucial plays, and the Bears looked to be playing Ben Johnson football, the football that we saw from the Detroit Lions most of last season. And this is what the Bears' potential is. The question is, can they harness it throughout the remainder of the season? That remains to be seen. Number 19, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. They jump up 2 spots for beating their divisional rival, the Texans. And this Jaguars team is 2-1. They might have not won in the best ways both times, even though they had a great win week 1. But this was a win. A divisional win is a divisional win. This is so crucial for this Jaguars team, who have looked solid but need better play out of Brian Thomas. But their defense was very good in this week 3 game, and that's definitely a bright spot for the Jaguars. Number 18, I have the Cincinnati Bengals, who get absolutely destroyed by the Minnesota Vikings, led by Carson Wentz. And Jake Browning could not get anything going, but their O-line played absolutely horrible in this game. Their receivers played horrible. It was a all-around terrible Bengals game. Lots of turnovers, lots of just not getting stops on defense. And this Bengals team is going to need to turn around against the Broncos in week 4 if they want to salvage what they started with before Joe Burrow got hurt. 17, I have the Arizona Cardinals. They lose their first game of the season to the San Francisco 49ers. And they lose James Conner for the season. That's not good. This game was easily winnable. There was a couple big drops by Marvin Harrison. It was out there to win. And the Cardinals just did not do that. They let up a late field goal as time expired to lose. And going into this game against the Seahawks this week, it's another important divisional game, but can the Cardinals come out on top this time? Number 16, I have the Denver Broncos, who falls 4 spots to 16, dropping a second straight game. And this Broncos team was a team I was very high on, and they drop another game to another great team. I'm not concerned about the Broncos whatsoever. They play Monday night against Cincinnati. I think they'll be fine. But Denver's got to start winning these big games if they want to go anywhere this season and build on what they built in 2024. 15, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who hopped to 2-1 after the win over the Patriots. Solid football from the offense. The defense played well in this game. Just solid Pittsburgh football. Really not much to say. They're a very average team. Can they get to the next level? That's my biggest question with the Steelers. This team has potential playoff aspirations, but they need to get to that next level. And can they do that? I don't know yet. Number 14, I have the Seattle Seahawks, who absolutely destroy the Saints. Sam Darnold was very good. Kenneth Walker had touchdowns. Their whole offense was contributing. They got punt blocks, kick returns. It was an overall 3-phase win for the Seattle Seahawks. And going into the game against Arizona on Thursday, Seattle needs to win a divisional game kind of in the same spot as Arizona. They already lost to the Niners, both teams. Can Seattle pick up that win? That remains to be seen. We'll see on Thursday. Number 13, I have the Minnesota Vikings, who jump up 6 spots for another great win. The Vikings looked really good in this game. Isaiah Rodgers, what a game from him. Uh, 2 forced fumbles, a pick six. Not much better you can get out of a player than what Isaiah Rodgers did. Carson Wentz looked composed. Overall, good game from the Vikings. Number 12, I have the 49ers, who are 3-0. To much obstacles and much adversity, this team continues to win football games. And that's what you want to see out of a winning franchise like the 49ers. This team is used to winning. But losing Nick Bosa, losing George Kittle, losing Brock Purdy, this team is undefeated. It's shocking how they are. But they pick up the win against the Cardinals. Their defense played well. Their offense, Mac Jones made the plays when he had to. And the 49ers are 3-0 and on top of a division where all of the teams are at least 2-1. And that is something that the Niners definitely need to be proud of. But I'm still waiting for that win against a good team. They haven't really played anybody great yet. Can they get that win? They play the Rams week 5. That's, I think, their first legit game. Can they pick up the win? We will see. They play the Jaguars this week. Should be a win for them. But once again, the Niners are right now still a team that I'm questioning. 11, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. I dropped them a spot for a win because I don't think they looked very good against the Giants. They picked up a 2-possession win, but the Giants really were in this game the entire time. Really, their own mistakes are the reason the Chiefs are at 0-3 right now. The offense wasn't that great. The defense kept a Giants offense that was self-destructing in check. But the Chiefs need to be better. This is a team that has made the Super Bowl 3 years in a row, and they have not played Super Bowl football the first 3 weeks. And they have a chance to show that Super Bowl football against the Ravens this upcoming week. We will see what the Chiefs do, but still another team that I'm still kind of questioning at this point. Number 10, I have the Washington Commanders. I dropped them a spot for winning just because teams moving around. But the Commanders picked up a great win. Marcus Mariota was great. Jeremy McNichols had a great run, one of the better runs of the season so far. And the Commanders just pick up a team win. And that's what the Commanders do. They have Jayden Daniels, a superstar, but if you look past Jayden Daniels, this is a good football team. And that's why they win football games like they did in week 3. Number 9, I have the LA Rams, who could have been 3-0, but they have a field goal block as time expires to lose the game. The Rams are a good team. I really have no questions with them. Their offense was great. Kyren Williams, Puka Nacua, they are a stacked offense. Their defense is good, but they faltered late, and that's what allowed the Eagles to get back in the game and what allowed the Eagles to win. Just more of a complete football game from the Rams, and this team is very scary. Number 8, I have the Baltimore Ravens, who their defense has been terrible. Their defense has not gotten many stops for this offense that puts up points after points. This offense is almost scoring 35 points a week, and they're 1-2. That is a issue. If I am the Ravens, you gotta look back to this defense. You gotta get more stops for this offense that has been so good. And also, Derrick Henry has to stop fumbling. There's just errors with this Ravens team. Number 7, I have the Green Bay Packers, who take a bad loss to the Cleveland Browns. Their defense was good in this game, getting stop after stop. They didn't allow a touchdown in the first 3 quarters of any game this season. That shows how this defense has been. They've been great. The offense was dead in this game. The offense did not perform, and that's what allowed a great defensive effort to get squandered by a bad offensive effort. And that's why the Packers aren't undefeated right now. That's a game you have to win, but the offense was just not there. Number 6, I have the Indianapolis Colts. This is a team I made a video on. You can go check it out. But this Colts team has been amazing at the jump this year. Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor have been the best, or one of the best at their respective positions. Their defense has been good, and the Colts are a team to watch. This is not a joke team. The Colts are serious, and they are continuing to play great football. And I think they'll do just that against the Rams, but definitely an intriguing matchup and another resume builder for the Indianapolis Colts. Number 5, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They jump up 3 spots to 5. They pick up the win. They faced adversity in this game. They had a field goal block. They were down, and Baker wins at the last play again. That's been the story of their season so far. They haven't had a convincing win, but they've had 3 wins where they win on the last play or the last drive. They've looked really good in crunch time. Once Tampa Bay gets this convincing win, a lot more people are going to be on the wagon that this is a Super Bowl contending team. But Tampa's got Philadelphia this week. Another game that could definitely be a resume builder for this team, and I'm confident in Tampa to put up a good effort against Philly this week. Number 4, I have the Detroit Lions. They jump up 2 spots. This offense is really good. Week 1 was an outlier. Week 2 and week 3, the offense has been amazing. The defense had 7 sacks on Lamar. Lamar is one of the most mobile quarterbacks in the league, and taking him down 7 times is very hard. That shows how good this D-line was. And the Lions played a perfect football game on Monday night. And the Lions are really starting to overcome all the issues they showed week 1 and showing why they're one of the better teams in football once again. Number 3, I have the LA Chargers, who win the divisional game. They've beaten 3 divisional opponents to start the year. The Chargers have looked good in pretty much every game. Justin Herbert has been one of the best quarterbacks in football this entire year. He had a great pass for a touchdown to Keenan Allen that I thought was incredible. He had a bunch of other great plays. The defense has been making crucial stops. And this is one of the more complete Charger team, maybe the most complete, with Justin Herbert at the helm. Number 2, I have the Philadelphia Eagles, who they do what championship football teams do, and they win in late crunch time. They won off a field goal block in this game. That really shows how the Eagles find a way to win. They've only lost once in their last 20 games played going back to last season. This team is incredible, and they're really showing why they're probably the top team in the NFC at this point. Number 1, though, I have the Buffalo Bills. I've been very high on this team, and they showed it again on Thursday night. They pick up a good win over the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins look good in this game. They weren't no easy opponent, and the Bills get another great game out of Josh Allen. They get a key turnover when it matters, and the Bills have really shown why they're the best team in football. They win games in the best of ways, and they perform in all 3 phases, and that's what you want to see out of a championship caliber team like the Buffalo Bills. But that's going to do it for this week. Let me know if you disagree with any of my picks, and I will see you in the next Power Rankings.